Local teachers say they aren't being given the supplies they need to protect themselves and their students from the virus. So today, dozens of educators protested outside schools in Windsor. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Suzanin shows us how they made sure their voices were heard.
All about the kids. That's why we're all here today, is to keep the kids in school safely.
Before the opening bell rang, teachers in Windsor stood outside their schools sending a message with the black clothing on their backs and the signs in their hands.
I was really proud to see how many showed up and stood together and really acknowledged that the work that we do is important and it deserves to be recognized and supported.
This morning, Windsor educators held blackout rallies, demanding better support and supplies to help teach safely during the pandemic.
Bottom line is the kids have to be in school. And for us to do our job, we have to be safe.
These teachers say they aren't getting enough tools to stay safe. They tell Channel 3 they've only been given one face mask and no at-home COVID tests. And Connecticut's largest teachers union says it's a statewide issue.
We've seen the governor's press conferences saying all of these things are available to them, and then they're not.
The staffing shortages at schools across Connecticut may be an even bigger problem. The governor lifted some hiring restrictions and allowed the rehiring of retired teachers, but many educators fear those are just Band-Aids.
It's just putting a huge burden on teaching and learning in the classroom.
Many of these educators want to see the return of contact tracing after positive tests, along with the return of remote learning as an option. But before they walked back to work, minutes prior to the beginning of the school day, they said what they want most boils down to one thing.
We're looking for really support from our local school boards, our administrators, and to people just to say we understand how tough things are at this point.
In Windsor, Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Educators in other districts across Connecticut also participated in the protest today by wearing black, though some teachers wore red to show they are against remote learning and fewer COVID-related restrictions. The State Department of Education responded to the protest by saying it is, quote, continuing the implementation of innovative processes to address staffing shortages, deploy millions of masks and test kits for staff and students, and expand testing capacity within our schools.
To Hartford right